This is a Tusken Slayer by Watto's Junkyard. It is the Anakin Attack of the Clones movie prop accurate chrome covered hilt with the real rubber grips on it. It has the working accent lights at the top. It has a brass thumb screw, something that I added when I got the saber from KR Sabers. Cal at KR Sabers was kind enough to help me out with my definitive Anakin Attack of the Clones lightsaber project that I was going after a number of years ago with the Trid Cloudwalker Attack of the Clones lightsaber. What I planned to do with Cal was to make a Crystal Focus LS version of the Trid Cloudwalker. We were, maybe about a year ago, we were talking about doing that, and I had sent him a Crystal Focus LS card by Plecter Labs so that he could try to make something work, even with the size super small Anakin Attack of the Clones hilt. The size, as you could see, is just super tiny. This is basically a hilt that the character of Anakin Skywalker conceived of probably as a teenager, probably, you know, his Padawan lightsaber. So that's why the Anakin Attack of the Clones hilt is a lot smaller probably than his later versions of his Graflex hilt, which he made after this one was destroyed at the end of Attack of the Clones. Also, later on, when he turns into Darth Vader, he most likely made his Darth Vader lightsaber bigger and thicker because it was for a robot hand instead of a human at that time. You know, both hands were robotic, and probably, at least from the book references from a number of years ago, before they changed the canon, was that lightsaber was constructed to fit basically his new body, his new hand, which he made that lightsaber after becoming Darth Vader in the suit. So my quest to actually get my own version of Anakin's lightsaber, like I said, started back in 2010 with the Trid Cloudwalker run on FX-Sabers. Sometimes on FX-Sabers there's somebody who creates a unique piece or a movie related lightsaber hilt or parts to a lightsaber and offers them as a series, offers them in a run. If you join FX-Sabers, which is free, you could take part in stuff like that. See if you could see that. So inside there, instead of the Plecter Pixel connector, I actually have an old style 3-pronged audio plug, because at the time, like I said, this has been in the works for a number of years, maybe a year or two, and as time went on and plans changed for this lightsaber, once Cal got started, it was kind of too late to do the Plecter Pixel connector, but it's the same technology as, you know, somebody using Plecter Pixel. It's just an audio jack that fits in here. And the blade I got from Cal was one. I actually didn't like the LEDs that were in that one, so I made my own blade with the skinny strip LEDs that I kind of prefer. I put it in the blue. This is the photoreactive blue from the Custom Saber shop. Has a pointed tip, and it is slightly enhancing to all blue shades, purple shades, green shades, blue mostly. Now with any kind of style connector in this lightsaber, there's actually not much blade depth in here, so I usually have to tighten this down pretty tight, and I would say it's not a dueling lightsaber. I'm just going to align that to the audio connection. So I got the blade in, I tightened down the brass part there, and turn it on. So this is the, like I said, the pixel style skinny strips, RGB, inside this blue enhanced tube from the Custom Saber shop. I have the buttons for this Tusken Slayer Cal installed for me inside the bubble strip, and so on the top of the bubble strip I have my auxiliary buttons, and then I have my power button right below that. That kind of makes it easy to change the colors. I'll show you. So the buttons are close together, but I can change the colors with just my finger here. And what I have going on here is colors that I tuned up for Anakin Attack of the Clones style hilt, and just to get the different blues. Let's see what else I have here. So this is like more of an aqua blue. As you can see as well, the red and green lights at the top here operate. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Cal. This is really cool lightsaber. It's got the, I think it might have the Saber Essentials speaker. I'm not sure actually. I do want to show you guys. It's like a smaller speaker, but the interesting thing is the way Cal has this set up. There's the sound holes at the end of this pommel, and this is something I don't know. I maybe have done this once before, but this is just a great way to do it. And he has the speaker in a little pod here that when you pull it out, it has a 2-prong connection. And what we have access to here is a 3-prong connector for my rice cable, which is a custom rice cable that Cal sent me, and it has the 2.1 millimeter recharge port access right here, and also you could see the access to the SD card is just a little slit, so you just get little tweezers. You can get an SD card. I can plug in rice, and that's how I change the colors that I'm about to show you guys. I was showing you guys, and when you're ready, just kind of align these 2 prongs, poke that back in. Everything's solid inside this. Cal gave me like a little really clean install with the chassis and stuff like that. This one is a really whitish kind of blue with a blue aura. See how the tip looks there. Switch colors again. This is a different sort of shade of white with a blue aura. This is a paler sky blue with a lot of white in it. This is a great one. See, I think it's really fun to have these like slight variations in the color that, like almost like you're a real Jedi, like you would be tuning your, I don't know if it'd be maybe it'd be the crystal shade that would account for the exact color, or would it be something that you could almost tune? Maybe it's a power level, adjust the color, maybe it's the blade intensity or the length would have an effect on the color. So I just think it's kind of cool, rather than to have all your wild colors across the spectrum, especially if you have a couple sabers, you can have it attuned to one range of colors. Now, as I go through here, let's see if maybe I have some weird ones like purple or something. I don't know. Let's see. But this is another really nice blue. This is a pretty nice approximation of maybe like an Obi-Wan color from episode 4. So this one went even bluer, still in the sky blue, a little less white. This one went to like more aqua. So you can see we're getting like more aqua here. It's kind of neat to have that option in your blues. Now I went to like a really cyan type of color. This one's a nice balance of like a cyan, more on the blue side. This is more of a lighter, pure blue. This one looks great. This one looks really nice. Darker blue here, so probably just a little bit of red and green mixed into this one, but mostly just the blue diodes. Now I have one with a little more red, so I can see a purple. Can you guys tell? More purple came in. So this is kind of like Clone Wars cartoon. I felt like they had a little more purpley hue. This one's even more purple. Back to like a cyan. And then I'm in my like white kind of purpley range, which sometimes reminds me of the whitish color that like Luke had in the training bot sequence in the original movie. This one I went a little whiter. So as you can see, I do just have kind of a range of blues on this one. Although this blade can produce a million colors, as you guys know. I just have a really fine-tuned range of blues. I hope you guys like that idea. You can always do that. Like, you can always like save your SD card stats and then have another file, you know, duplicate it, make all your changes on that duplicate file, and see how you like it. And you know, if you don't like it, just go back to the original file. Like always save whatever you take out of the saber. So like, let's say for instance on this one, I might call it like Anakin AOTC 1, you know, and then when I'm playing with it and I want to change settings, I will go in and name it Anakin AOTC 2, Anakin AOTC 3, and I just have the whole history. If something goes wrong in your SD card, sometimes a weird beep will happen, or sometimes you have a file missing, you can always just revert back to the last thing and then try to make your changes again. And don't forget, a saber friend is the best kind of friend.